Okay, moving on to the next one. Let's go this way. 216. Should spread it out a little bit more, huh? And we should have 32 memorized by now. So it's 7 square root 5 twos. And don't forget this minus right here and this minus right there. Let's keep that with it, huh? Otherwise, we'll end up adding everything together and we'll get the completely wrong answer. Okay, pair of twos, 1, 2 left over. Got this -7 out in front. Boop, boop, boop. Calculator says -7 times 2 times 2 is -28. Square root of 2. Right, last one, this one right here. Go out here. So 27, break it down. It's actually 4. A mess. 4, 3 threes, party of 2. One dies, 1 3's left over. I got really sloppy all of a sudden. So this one is plus 12 square root of 3. Okay, so anyways, here's where we're at after I made that big mess. My point being is you can just do them all separately and then look at them back together. So here's what it looks like back together. We've got the red guy, 4 square root of 2. Then the blue guy, minus 12 square root of 3. And the green guy, minus 28 square root of 2. And then the purple guy, which was plus 12 square root of 3. So looking at that now, you can see that all their indexes are the same, but not everybody matches. Underneath, these first two don't match, but these two do. So I'm going to write them next to each other. You can rearrange the terms as long as you keep the signs with it. This was minus 28, so I included it here and did minus 28. Then I'm going to write these other two together because they have the same thing underneath, right? This guy and this guy. So it's going to be minus 12 square root of 3 because of this, and then plus 12 square root of 3. I can only combine the ones that have the same number underneath. So looking at these first two right here, I've got 4 minus 28, which is negative 26. No, negative 24, and then put the square root of 2 on there. Okay, over here, I'm looking at it, and I've got negative 12 plus 12, which is 0. Square root of 3, but that's just 0. So my answer technically is negative 24 square root of 2 plus 0, but that's silly. So our final answer is negative 24 square root of 2. So individual, I made a mess of it, but you would just literally look at each piece individually. Let's look at this one. So we've got 3 here, and a 6, and a 3, and a 6. So obviously we can't combine them all together because they don't have the same numbers out on the shelf. But a couple of them do. So these two both have an index of 3. So I'm going to write those next to each other. Plus, because it was plus, 3 cube root of 6. And then the other two have an index, the number on the shelf of 6. So I'm going to write those down. This is minus, so I got to do minus 6. I sound like I'm talking funny because of all these says this. 6th root of 6 minus 3 times the 6th root of 384. That was just me rearranging so that the terms with the same number on the shelf were next to each other. Now let's go back to these first two. Same number on the shelf, same thing underneath, so I just need to combine the numbers. and it becomes 5 cube root of 6. Okay, go back to the green. Same number on the shelf, but underneath is not the same. So I've got to go through and break this guy down. I've got 2 and 192. Oops. See that guy disappear. Ta-da, magic trick. Oops. I'm booping my calculator. 192 splits into 2 and 96. 2 and 48. I should have done this over here to the side. Make it not as messy. That's a brilliant idea. 2, 192. A lot of 2s. 2 seems to be the favorite number. It's pretty popular. Whew. How many 2s we got in there? 1, 2, 7 2s, huh? Okay, so this guy is actually the 6th root of a bunch of 2s and a 3. Now our group size is 6. Group of 6. And we have 7 2s. So 1 will make it out. Everybody else dies. And left over in jail is a 2 and a 3, which is a 6. So this is actually 2, 6th root of 6. And then don't forget the getaway driver. So we are at minus 6, 6th root of 6 minus that. Multiply out those. That would be 6. That's a lot of 6s. Who picked this problem? Okay, now the number on the shelf matches. The thing that underneath matches. There's a whole lot of 6s going on. But that's okay. This matches with that. Shelf numbers match, so I'm just going to take their numbers. This is a -1. If there's no number there, superhero guy comes in and says, dun, 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 I'll save the day. -1 minus 6 is -7. And then we got to put our 6th root of 6 back out in front of there. Now joining these two together, because they're together. They're the same problem. They were just two separate terms to add. So 5 cube root of 6 minus, because it's -7, 6th root of 6. And that's it.